You've planned the perfect getaway, bags packed, flights booked, and excitement at its peak. But what if everything changes the moment you arrive? What if those warm welcomes turn into cold stares, and suddenly you feel like an outsider? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the harsh realities faced by Black travelers in some parts of the world. The truth can be unsettling, but it's important to know. Some places might not be as welcoming as you imagined, especially for people of color. This is about understanding the real stories and experiences that many Black travelers endure. Up for a dream vacation, you're thrilled to explore new cultures, taste exotic foods, and take in beautiful sights. But when you arrive, the welcoming smiles turn into cold stares, the hospitality fades, and suddenly you feel out of place. For some travelers, this isn't just a rare occurrence, it's an unsettling reality that makes them rethink the entire idea of traveling abroad. Today we're diving into the list of countries where Black travelers have repeatedly reported facing hostility, discrimination, or simply not feeling welcome. This isn't about pointing fingers or assigning blame. It's about shedding light on the experiences that many people of color go through when they decide to see the world. So if you're ready, let's uncover the harsh truth about the places where Black people have faced challenges just for being who they are. The unfortunate truth is that racial discrimination isn't confined to any single part of the world. Prejudice and bias have different histories and manifestations in different cultures, but their effects are felt similarly, especially by Black travelers. Some destinations have made headlines because of the experiences of people of color, while others remain overlooked or unknown. Let's explore these countries and hear the voices of those who've been there. For the sake of transparency, it's important to note that while some people may have positive experiences, others' stories paint a very different picture. Russia is known for its rich culture, grand architecture, and vast landscapes, but it has also been reported as a challenging country for Black people to visit. The nation's history of race relations is complex, and sadly there have been consistent reports of racial profiling and harassment directed towards Black travelers. Visitors often share experiences of locals staring, taking unsolicited photos, or worse, yelling racial slurs. In cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, racism can come in the form of subtle avoidance or outright hostility. Black travelers are advised to take extra caution, avoid certain areas, and keep to well-populated tourist spots to reduce the chance of negative interactions. Unfortunately, Russia's socio-political landscape does not promote tolerance, and incidents involving people of color are sometimes swept under the rug. China's rapid modernization and economic growth have transformed it into a tourism powerhouse, yet it remains a difficult place for some Black travelers. Prejudice often stems from a lack of exposure, and because of this, many African tourists report incidents that vary from microaggressions to outright discrimination. In regions where few foreigners are present, locals sometimes view Black people as a novelty, taking photos without consent, or following them around. In some instances, the discrimination is more serious, with certain establishments barring entry or refusing service. While there are parts of China that are welcoming, it's important to be aware of the reality many Black visitors face, a reality often filled with stares and stereotypical comments. Italy, a country celebrated for its history, art, and cuisine, is a mixed bag when it comes to welcoming Black travelers. While many tourists experience a warm reception, others face discomfort, especially in smaller towns and regions, away from the main tourist cities. Italy has seen an influx of African migrants over recent decades, which has, unfortunately, led to an increase in negative sentiment towards people of African descent. Many Black travelers report experiencing stares, inappropriate comments, or feeling unwelcome in certain places. Incidents involving far-right groups targeting minorities have also been reported, and while these aren't the norm, they serve as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by Black travelers in some parts of Italy. Greece's stunning beaches and ancient landmarks make it a favorite for many travelers, but it's not without its challenges for Black visitors. The country has a history of racial tensions, particularly towards immigrants, and some Black travelers have shared stories of feeling unwelcome in certain areas. Experiences range from microaggressions to outright hostility, particularly in more rural parts of the country. In Athens and some of the popular tourist destinations, you might feel more at ease, but it's always important to remain cautious, especially when traveling alone or venturing off the beaten path. Xenophobic sentiment can rear its head in the form of police profiling, with some travelers reporting being stopped and questioned disproportionately. Ukraine is a country with a complicated history, and recent years have seen significant political upheaval. Unfortunately, black travelers often describe Ukraine as a challenging destination. Many black visitors have shared their experiences of encountering open hostility, including racist slurs and unprovoked aggression. In cities like Kiev, people of color may feel out of place, and while the situation might be improving slowly, reports from travelers suggest that racism is still quite prevalent. The lack of diversity in Ukraine means that black visitors stand out, and unfortunately, this often results in discomfort or discrimination. Poland, a country known for its beautiful architecture and deep historical roots, has also garnered attention for its attitudes towards black people. While Poland's major cities like Warsaw and Krakow are popular tourist destinations, black travelers have reported incidents involving racism, ranging from verbal abuse to being followed. The country's predominantly homogeneous population has contributed to a lack of familiarity with people of African descent, leading to prejudice and discomfort. Racial profiling by law enforcement has also been noted as a concern. The situation is evolving, especially with younger generations being more open-minded, but for now, Poland may present challenges for black visitors. Japan has long held the allure of tradition interwoven with futuristic progress, drawing millions of tourists each year. However, for black travelers, the experience can be a mix of fascination and discomfort. While Japan is generally considered safe and polite, the homogeneity of its population means that black visitors can expect to stand out. Many black tourists report that they feel like a curiosity, something unfamiliar to many locals. Reactions range from friendly curiosity to stares, but unfortunately, some people report experiencing negative stereotypes or discrimination, particularly when trying to rent accommodation or enter certain establishments. It's worth noting that younger generations tend to be more open, and larger cities like Tokyo are more accustomed to diversity, making them slightly more comfortable for black travelers. Turkey is a culturally rich country that straddles two continents, but it has also been reported as a challenging place for black travelers. While some tourists find the locals to be hospitable, others have faced a different reality. In Istanbul and other major cities, black visitors have experienced incidents ranging from racial profiling by police to offensive comments. The influx of African immigrants in recent years has led to increased xenophobia in certain areas, with many black travelers feeling as though they are unwelcome, particularly outside the more tourist-friendly districts. It's important for black travelers to be prepared for potential challenges and to exercise caution when visiting unfamiliar neighborhoods. South Korea's popularity has skyrocketed in recent years, largely thanks to K-pop, Korean dramas, and its booming tech scene. However, for black travelers, visiting South Korea can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, there's immense curiosity about foreigners, but on the other, black travelers have reported frequent microaggressions and even outright racism. In some cases, black people have been denied entry to clubs or have had difficulty finding accommodation. This type of treatment can stem from negative stereotypes or simple unfamiliarity. Though there are certainly many who have positive experiences in South Korea, it's crucial for black visitors to understand the challenges they may face, particularly outside the more international districts of Seoul. The Czech Republic, known for its enchanting castles and medieval charm, has also been reported as a difficult destination for some black travelers. In Prague, the experience may be more positive as the city is accustomed to tourism and diversity. However, black travelers have shared accounts of uncomfortable situations, including being stared at, photographed without permission, or even verbally harassed. In smaller towns, the experience can be more challenging, with locals often being less exposed to people of different ethnic backgrounds. Racial profiling by law enforcement is another concern that black travelers have brought up, making this destination one to approach with caution. Egypt, the land of the pharaohs and home to ancient wonders, is a bucket list destination for many. However, for black travelers, visiting Egypt can come with its own set of challenges. Despite the fact that Egypt is in Africa, racial prejudice against people of sub-Saharan descent is prevalent. Black travelers, particularly those who are not Egyptian, have reported feeling singled out by aggressive vendors, hassled more than others, or even being treated poorly by service staff. While many visitors may have a positive experience, the reality for others includes being treated as second-class citizens. Understanding these dynamics can help black travelers better prepare for their trip and approach it with the necessary caution. India is a land of incredible diversity, but for black travelers, it has proven to be a complex place to visit. While many foreigners find India to be an enriching experience, black visitors often report facing prejudice, Whether it's in the form of stares, people avoiding them, or rude comments, racism can be an unfortunate aspect of traveling through certain parts of the country. Many black travelers have also reported difficulties finding accommodations, being overcharged, or even being denied entry to establishments. This discrimination often stems from stereotypes perpetuated by media and cultural biases. While cities like Mumbai and Delhi are more cosmopolitan, there is still a level of racial insensitivity that travelers of African descent may find challenging. It's important to remember that while the experiences shared by black travelers can paint a challenging picture, there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to travel. Every person's journey is unique, and many black travelers have had positive and enriching experiences in these same countries. Sometimes the issues arise from ignorance or unfamiliarity rather than outright hatred, and as the world becomes more connected, there's hope that things will improve. If you're a black traveler considering visiting one of these destinations, the best course of action is to research extensively, connect with others who have visited, and take steps to ensure your safety. Travel is a powerful way to break down barriers and build bridges between cultures, but we have to acknowledge the barriers that still exist for people of color. Discrimination and prejudice can make the world feel smaller and more threatening than it should be. The experiences shared in this video are not meant to discourage anyone from exploring the world, but rather to empower you with the knowledge you need to travel safely and confidently. Awareness is key, and by sharing these stories we hope to contribute to a world where everyone, regardless of their race, can travel without fear or hesitation. Remember, the world is for everyone, and no one should be made to feel unwelcome simply because of the color of their skin. Have you had an experience as a black traveler in one of these countries? Or maybe somewhere else? Share your story in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and support each other in our journey to see and experience the world. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Safe travels, everyone.